So 2 Corinthians 10:12 reads, "For we dare not make ourselves of the number, or compare ourselves with some that commend themselves. But they, measuring themselves by themselves and comparing themselves among themselves, are not wise." In a different version, it might say they lack understanding. And that's the whole thing. Like, you have to understand who you are. If you have no idea who you are, you're going to compare yourself to others. People who compare themselves don't know who they are, or they know who they are and they're not comfortable with who they are. And I think it's a hard and long process for some, but knowing who you are and becoming that person, I think, is far more important than trying to measure up to someone else's standards. Comparing yourself leads to envy. You become envious of a person. You become covetous of like what they have and what is theirs, that you don't even appreciate what you have. You know, you're so busy in life trying to achieve what they're achieving, when the call or like the journey for your own life is completely different. For me, for example, like, I want to write songs. I know what my success would look like. I know what I want to be. I know what I want to do. But if I'm too busy trying to be the next Beyonce, I'm going to follow a long and arduous path that has nothing to do with me. And I'll get to the end of that path, and I bet you one thing, I won't be happy. I won't be satisfied. I won't be content. You know, I could gain all the fame and all the money in the world, but I don't want to be another Beyonce. And I'm not made to be another Beyonce. Beyonce is Beyonce. You know what I'm saying? And I hate that I use her as an example, because so many people use her as an example. But when we're thinking in terms of like performing, some people aim to, like, they see this version of what the world thinks is success, and they compare that success to that person's success, not knowing the journey that they went through to get there, not knowing if they're happy or not, like, not knowing who they are and what they really want. I know I don't want to be that famous. I don't know if I want to be famous at all. You know, I talked about that before in one of my previous videos, why I don't want to be famous. You know, I know what would be true success for me. And if I stay in my own lane, if I tend to my own garden, if I compare myself to myself, as in measuring success, measuring improvement, figuring out what works and what doesn't, then I'll be content. If I know who I am in Christ, if I am being who God created me to be with my temperaments, my personality and all, I can't lose. So I know this is a pretty short video, and you know, it's just something real quick to talk about. Because we all struggle with comparing ourselves with other people. I think the best way to avoid doing that is just to focus on yourself. Do what you have to do. Cut out the noise, unfollow people, don't go on YouTube, don't go on Facebook. Because it's such a highlight reel, those platforms are kind of naturally evoking a spirit of comparison. Sometimes you have to get off just to figure out, okay, what do you want? I have to ask myself, what does Alecia want? What does she not want? What would be success for her? Why do you want those things? Do you want fame and success just for the sake of having it and people like praising your name? That's a deeper issue. You have to figure out who you are. You have to know who you are and hold on to that with everything, because everything is built around you to compare yourself to other people, and you lose either way. Either you become envious, or you become very proud, or you become a person who lacks self-esteem and self-confidence in who God created you to be. So I hope that was encouraging. If you like it, share it with somebody who struggles with it. Share it with a fellow artist. Like it, subscribe, because I'm going to be putting out more videos like this, because I need to hear it. So I know there are probably other artists and just people in general who need to hear these messages. So yeah, thanks for sticking around with me, and catch you later.